under one of my posts where I'm sitting in bed, and it's like a funny little quick post that I made. It's a short, and I'm in bed, peacefully watching TV, eating a snack, and the screen says me being a miserable single woman, and it's just kind of making fun of the fact that people think that we're all just sad. Somebody commented under that video and was like, yeah, that's just a part of your life. You cut out the parts where you're crying and upset because nobody wants you when you're lonely. And I just want to say that it almost feels like I'm living in a Jordan Peele movie. And I've said this before, just how fucked society is, that we really just associate misery with being a single woman. Like, people can't compute. Like, there's no way that you can be single by choice and be happy with that. That's crazy to me. And we've seen the statistics time and time again. The statistics that single moms actually do less work than married moms. We've seen the statistics that single child-free women are the happiest demographic on earth. We've seen statistics that married women actually live shorter lives and are less happy, and only 35% of marriages are actually happy, healthy ones. And yet, with all of that, single women are miserable. I don't hate men. I don't. And just think about this for a second. Unhealthy marriages and patriarchy is so embedded in society that trying to help women not be in unhealthy relationships is considered angry, aggressive feminist. I hate abusers and people who take advantage of people. I don't want people in unhealthy relationships. I am a big romantic. I love romance. I love a good wedding. I love a good romantic comedy. I love, take me dancing, wine and dine me, whoop-de-woo me, give me flowers. I am that person. But I also don't want to settle to get a piece of that with somebody who fucking hates my guts. I don't want to. Tracy Ellis Ross said it best. She said, I have no desire to just be in a relationship just to say I have a boyfriend or a husband or a man. I want something that's going to make my quality of life better, okay? Adding to my happiness, adding to my joy. My finances need to be going up. My health needs to be going up. Not getting worse, because statistically, for women, relationship and marriage fuck us up. So I don't want that, okay? I don't want to live a shorter life and be less happy and do twice the work. Y'all can have that if y'all want it so bad. And you are unhappy when you're single. You were unhappy when you were single. Stop projecting your bullshit onto other people. I get in my bed at night and I sleep next to the books I'm reading because I'm converting to Judaism. I sleep next to my journal, my reading glasses, and a snack. Whatever snack I want to eat that day. Some cookies or a York peppermint patty, because I love them things. I don't know what it is. But that's what I sleep next to. And I nuzzle down in my covers and I'm just like, I really do. I love my life. And it's just so weird for me to wrap my head around the fact that people really just hate singleness that much. For me to remember back on the time in my life when I hated singleness. Me being this age and being single, I dreaded this. I used to dread if somebody would have went back to me at a younger age and said, hey, when you're 40, you're going to be single, I probably would have had a nervous fucking breakdown. I don't know what I would have done. I don't know what I would have done. I wouldn't have been able to handle it back then because I was drinking the Kool-Aid that everybody else is drinking. And I had a married woman comment on one of my posts and say she can't stand when single women think that she's miserable. You know what? I don't wish unhappiness or misery on anyone. And I really do hope that she is happy and in a healthy relationship. But with statistics like only 35% of married women or married people are in a happy, healthy relationship, I mean, can you blame her? Look at the shit that wives post about their partners on social media, and husbands too. Look at the shit they say about each other. Look at the things they do to each other at their weddings. The divorce rate of women in their 50s is increasing. Do you blame single people for making the assumption that you guys are just not happy? Because we're seeing the statistics. But for some reason, despite the statistics saying that single people have it better, y'all are assuming that we're miserable. Somewhere along, something's not quite, I don't know what's happening here. But there's some serious patriarchy going down to see the facts, and you're like, no, you're miserable. And you just gotta unpack why being single is a bad thing. And I hear women talk about how I don't want to pay bills by myself. You know what? I get it. Nobody wants to work. This fucked up ass society. Everything is fucking expensive. You got to damn near, sell a kidney to buy some milk and some eggs. Listen, I get it. There was a time in my life when I didn't know how I was going to pay my bills. I fucking get it. I get it. Capitalist society. I totally get it. But on the same token, I love the fact that I have the ability to pay my bills and take care of what needs to be taken care of, and then some. And if I do decide to date someone, it's not because I need them to go half on rent, which is something I'll fucking never do. What I look like doing 50-50. But I know that I'm actually in a good position to date right now because I'm not desperate. I'm not going to take anybody's bullshit. I'm not on some timeline. I got to be married by this age and do this and do that. I need somebody to help me pay my bills. No. This is actually a good place to be. And society keeps fucking with us and saying that it's trauma. It's a trauma response. No, how is being a fully functioning adult a trauma response? First, answer me this. How is my ability to pay my bills, do what needs to be done, and succeed in life hyper-independence? It's trauma. One of my supporters on YouTube said it best. At the end of the day, how are they going to say that? Because we've all experienced trauma. We've all gone through some shit. So it's so funny how they just say single women who are happy to be single and functioning happily and successfully are traumatized. If anything, I've been made better because of the shit that I've gone through, because I've looked back and I've learned and reflected and worked on myself. I took that trauma and learned from it, and it made me a better person. I mean, so if it helps you to think that I am some kind of bad person and I have some mental condition because I'm doing well, first of all, fuck you. And second of all, oh well, my bills are paid. Okay, I'm doing well and I'm happy. And if it makes you sleep at night to label my happiness trauma or put some kind of negative stigma on it, then you do what you have to do. But it's not going to stop me from doing what I've been doing, which is flourishing. But y'all be safe out there.